Um, Poor Namaste. Poor Namaste, everybody, welcome. We gonna do this now. I give you my word, and the answer is revealed. If you allow, you let the mind be. It's not in the mind. An answer can be revealed from your soul, the unconscious in the mind, so you can realize you're not that, and the truth can be revealed in your being as you feel. And never mind, I give you my word. Energies very heavy. I'm not sleeping. Like for a month, I'm not sleeping well. Don't send me healing. I am a moon boy. Just means that I'm more sensitive and I'm more crazy, and that's why I yesterday went completely crazy on that boy, because the unconscious is surfacing. I am not sleeping, allergic to social media, and the mind's just projecting, telling what they know, la 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 la, all kind of shit these days. Energy is very heavy, and when energy is very heavy, and I can be heavy, I have eyes like Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma was a heavy guy who was acting like me, and Jesus Christ probably also. So, why I said this? To tell you we are in this together. Energy is an intense, and we are in this together. And the mind is surfacing. I want to speak about what is actually going on in the world now. This pandemic of fear, COVID, lalabalabin, Aladdin, control, deception, manipulation, force, enslavement, taking rights away, taking freedoms away, lockdown, lockdown. Yes, yes, yes. They want to control humanity with fear in this great conjunction. They are afraid of awakening. Yes, I have spoken in many videos about that. What is happening, what they are doing. But let us not blame no one. Now I want to speak to you the pure source truth. What is actually going on in the world now with this pandemic of fear? Pandemic of fear of the virus, control, manipulation, deception, enslavement, lockdown, taking freedoms away, rights away. What is actually going on? It is grand conjunction, it is the grand awakening. So what you have to understand, the unconscious shadow of human being is afraid and feels guilty, afraid of yourself, blaming you for who you are. Unconscious shadow is attached, dependent, controls, resists, force, manipulates, even blames, judges, accuses, opposes, deceives, and lies. Why people are suffering in relationships? Why people are suffering in friendship, in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, in families, with friends? Why? Because they are afraid of losing, They blame themselves for who they are. They go against themselves. And they are dependent, attached to others. And they want to control, force, resist, to change others. And you see, people in their relationships also deceive, manipulate, and lie to each other to control, to get energy from each other. Then they oppose, violate, attack each other. They fight, they blame, they hate, and they call it love. But you see, look, if you are controlled by your husband or by your parent, that you are in prison and your rights are taken away, your freedoms are taken away, they want to change you, they want to control you, they blame you, they manipulate you with fear. Look, it is same for those children, same for those wives. Same shit that the government is doing. And how many mothers, fathers control their children, lock them, take their rights and freedom away, control them with fear, try to change them, blame them, control them completely. So many. How many of lovers are attached and they control, force, resist to change another, to get that love from them. They even deceive and manipulate to get. They lie to each other. They cheat. They lie to each other. They are not truthful and sincere to each other. And they are fighting, opposing, violating. And because they control and they don't get their energy, they blame, they hate, they fighting. They all kind of drama. You see, it is the same doing as Cabal is doing. So that they achieve to get the energy of humanity. They're manipulating, deceiving with fear, controlling, forcing, blaming. Same shit. You don't love me. You were not here. You didn't take me for a dinner. You didn't take me out. You went out with your friends. You didn't do this for me. You didn't do that for me. You don't love me. And the government. You people are guilty for the flu season because you don't wear masks. If you wear a mask, now everything will be okay. It's your fault. You don't follow the system. You want to be yourself. You want to heal yourself. You want to be fresh air. No, you don't love me. You are responsible for destroying, killing all these people with COVID because you don't wear a mask. And she may say to his husband, you are responsible for destroying my life. You destroyed my life. A change. You have to be like I say, so I would be happy. So I'll be happy. You have to do what I say. Go, move where I say. Do as I say. So then you love me. Oh, you love me so much that you completely changed. You stopped doing what you love and you went with me and you suffer in what you hate. You sacrificed it for me. Oh, you love me. You're so good. You see, gaslighting, blaming you for not wearing a mask, blaming you that you destroyed her life and you don't love her if you don't do what she wants and give her what she wants or what he wants. You see my innocence in the eyes? Huh? Is she? Is she? Is she? Huh? I have no toxic relationships, no attachments. I have two best friends and I give peace to everyone. I don't resist, I don't force, I don't control. I'm just being like Buddha, myself. I freed myself, this unconscious shadow. Unconscious shadow, you see. Blame the children, same way like government blaming people for not wearing the masks that they are destroying and killing elderly people because they don't wear a mask. But the government is doing the same, you see. The parents doing the same to the children. You destroyed my life because you're being yourself. You're such an evil boy. You're such an evil. You're being yourself. You're destroying my life. You have to be as I say, when I say, do as I do, and obey. Who do you think that you are, following your heart? Huh? Changing, controlling. Just look at these people on Facebook. They see your post. They see that something in their mind, they think something in their mind, their mental projection when they see their post, and now they are fighting with their mind. They want to destroy their truth, your truth. They tell you that you are a lie. They correct you. They change you. They oppose you and violate you. Look, they don't want to control you. They want to change you. And they see something, and they see something in their mind what they think they are reminded. It had nothing to do with you. But they come and they tell you that you are a devil also. Not only like before, that they are correcting, controlling, opposing, proving they're right. This is what government is doing. Trying to oppose you, control you, change you. You see, when they see your post, they have a problem. This unconscious shadow, opposition. And people who come after you and tell you you are a devil, you are evil, you are archon, they're judging, accusing, blaming, attacking, condemning. They actually the same energy like killing you. They want to kill you. They want to destroy you. Same as governments are doing, same as Cabal is doing. And if they would have key to your Facebook profile, they would delete your Facebook profile. They will delete your posts. If you would give them means to rule the world, they would enslave and kill humanity. And who knows what they would do if they could. If there was not police and laws, they would kill somebody. They would maybe kill you. They want to destroy. They want to control. They want to rule over others. So you see, what is the difference between their unconscious shadow and unconscious shadow of Bill Gates and Cabal? Excuse me that I mentioned that name. Let them mention more names. George Soros, all these motherfuckers. What is the difference between the unconscious shadow of the one who comes judging you, attacking you, blaming you that you are the devil, and try to change you and control you and prove they're right, prove you're wrong, control you in this way, then the unconscious shadow of the cabal of George Soros and Bill Gates? There's no difference. No difference at all. Nothing. If they would be in the position with so much money and with so much power, these motherfuckers would do just exactly the same. I give you my word. Exactly the same. I speak like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Exactly the same. I save you. Everybody go to the chopper. I save you. I save you. Go to the chopper. Okay. Stop. I have to get Huff and Puff food. They do exactly the same. If you would give them position, if you would give them money, if you would give them the power, it would be exactly the same, because the unconscious shadow in human beings is what is ruling. People who are unconscious of their shadow are ruling. They are controlling with fear, opposing, violating, deceiving, forcing, resisting, and deceiving, and blaming, opposing. They're doing just the same what people are doing. in relationships, on Facebook, for no reason, opposing, blaming, judging, correcting. You know. And then you can see this is just the unconscious shadow of human being. They want to be in control, and they want to be in control. You see what they're doing. And that's why what is happening on earth now is the unconscious shadow rising, surfacing, so they can see, so humanity can see what they are unconscious within themselves. You understand this? You feel this? They are controlling. They are forcing and resisting and trying to change others. They are opposing, violating, judging, blaming. They are full of guilt and full of fear. And attached, dependent, and in control. The same shit what the government is doing. When you see gaslighting, they come in your energy, they do something and say something in your energy what doesn't feel right, and and you don't feel right, you get disturbed, and then they blame you. Oh, you have to be positive, you are negative, I am only love, there's something wrong with you, I did nothing, and like this, Same government is doing, they are planning this pandemic, they actually keeping the elderless and weak in the quarantine, isolated and in fear, and then they let them out so that they get sick, and they have many sick people, and they are creating actually the health problem that would not exist without their measures. And now they blame you. You are not wearing a mask. You are evil. I did nothing. I only want to protect you. But you, because you don't want to wear a mask, because you actually want to breathe fresh air, you actually want to come in contact with viruses to get informed, you actually want to build your immune system strong, and you actually have your own truth, your fault. They caused this, but they blame you. Same is when people do something to you and then they blame you for what they do. Same energy. You see, same energy. Let me just say something off topic. Democracy is the most dangerous system because they are afraid of the individual. They are afraid of somebody who does not fit in the established boxes of the democracy. Somebody who is actually an outsider, who has their own truth. And because they are so afraid of the outsider out of the system, that doesn't support the system, that doesn't feed the system, and is not nourished by the system and consumed by the system, that it soon turns into fascism because they have the control. Everybody has to be part of boxes in the shoe label of democracy. You see, democracy, the ruling of the unconscious shadow. So you see, we have to see within ourselves. Are you opposing others? Are you correcting others? Are you violating others? You have problem with others? Are you attached with your boyfriend and your girlfriend and now you want to control, you want to resist and force and change them? You can blame them, you deceive them, you manipulate them to get their energy. Or you blame them then after because you don't get, and there's fighting and there's drama. Or you maybe control your children. You maybe gaslight your children. You maybe blame somebody for your problems because you're suffering. Somebody else is responsible. We have to, the unconscious shadow, it's rising. So human being can see the unconscious shadow within their self. Black-hooded croak. So the human being can see the unconscious shadow in their self. You see, this is how it is. And this is how it is. You see. You see. how it goes. So we can bring it to consciousness within ourselves. Hey, hey, hey. Are you attached and you're controlling, forcing, resisting, trying to change others? Opposing, violating because there's problem in you? Blaming. So we can bring it to consciousness. So like Carl Jung said, so that we see that the devil that is in the world and in the people, controlling, deceiving, blaming humanity, destroying the life of humanity, and in the people, other people, is actually the devil that I am conscious of myself within myself. So I heal it within myself, I integrate it within myself, I bring it to consciousness, that fear and guilt. So I don't no more control, force, resist, and change others, oppose and violate. So I stop doing what the unconscious shadow is doing. And I know that the devil that is outside in the world, controlling the world, destroying human beings in their relationships and in this controlled pandemic, is actually the same devil that I'm conscious within myself. I healed and integrated it within myself, brought my unconscious to consciousness, and stop doing that. My darkness stands for my light. I'm not doing to anyone what doesn't feel right to me. And I'm sorry, social media, and this is when people, social media doesn't feel right to me. I'm a writer, I am a poet, and I do videos. And allow yourself to feel and get an answer revealed from within. When minds I have to deal with, the minds with the comment, I go crazy. I don't do to people what doesn't feel right. To anyone, I give peace, and I actually give the highest teachings. If you feel, allow silence of the mind, you can get all the answers within. It has nothing to do with me, and the truth can be experienced in your being and revealed, and not your mind that has the control. And I just don't want to deal with the mind. I'm crazy. The mind drives me crazy, and what doesn't feel right to me doesn't feel right to me. And I'm giving peace to everyone and highest treasures. My darkness standing for my light. What doesn't feel right to me, I say no. And if they don't take it, I explode and I blow up completely. That's it. But the young boy yesterday didn't get blocked because his heart is sincere and pure as I am. But he got a heavy lesson, so his mind stopped. You see, I don't do to others what I don't want to be done to upon myself. And when they don't get that what doesn't feel right to me doesn't feel right to me, my shadow stands for me, for my light, holds my light, stands for my light, protects my light. Doesn't oppose, violate, judge, resist anyone, control anyone, and doesn't blame me and attack me and doesn't attack others. So you see, because when we see that unconscious shadow is control, guilt, fear, control, resistance, force, that need to get, that judge, that force, opposition to violation, judgment, blame. It's actually what human beings are doing, unconscious of their shadow, what we are doing in our relationships. And when we all stop that, when we see the unconscious shadow doing within ourselves, and we stop controlling, forcing, resisting, changing others, blaming, opposing, violating, deceiving, manipulating, gaslighting, we stop doing. We are conscious of our shadow. And somebody asks how long this is to go on. Unconscious shadow is out. It is on the surface, so human being can bring it to consciousness within themselves. So we can see that we are doing just that, unconscious of the shadow. And this is to go on as long as humanity stops doing that. As long as humanity brings their unconscious to consciousness, as long as we don't blame who is the Antichrist outside, who is to blame, we point the finger at somebody to blame. Judge the cabal, blame the cabal. But we actually feel that it is the same unconscious shadow, that it is within ourselves, same devil is in the world, surfacing. so we can bring it to light within ourselves, heal it, integrate it, bring it to light, bring it to consciousness. So we stop doing that, what Kabbalah is doing, controlling, forcing, resisting, deceiving, manipulating, blaming, gaslighting, judging, controlling. Because only when humanity is conscious of their shadow and we no more do to others what we don't want to be done upon ourselves, we don't resist, we don't force, we don't control, we don't blame, we don't oppose, we don't depend, we don't deceive, we don't manipulate, etc. Then there is peace on earth, because we don't do to each other anymore what doesn't feel right to us and what doesn't feel right to them. And no one is doing to us what doesn't feel right to us, because we love others as we love ourselves, and we live with no resistance, with no control. We are being ourselves as we are, and we let others be. We don't control, we don't force, we don't resist to change them. We don't control, force, resist to get. And we don't deceive and manipulate to get their energy. We don't blame, judge, and like this. We are conscious of the shadow. We don't do to others what we don't want to be done upon ourselves. And because no one is doing to others what anyone wants to be done upon themselves, conscious of their shadow, now what's happening is that we live on peace on earth. There's no position, no violation, no control, no force, no change, no resistance. But everyone is being their self from the heart as they feel, and allow others to be their self as they feel from the heart. You see. And another thing is, you can see the unconscious shadow, your fear, your not only that control, resistance, force, but your fear is coming to consciousness, your guilt. Some people are wearing masks and following everything because they believe in the official story. But some people are wearing masks because they are afraid. Afraid what others would say, afraid of the police, afraid of who they are, not of the virus. Afraid, and they follow out of fear. To bring this to consciousness, why we are giving our power away, our soul away out of fear. But many people are just because they are afraid of police, they are afraid of even other people, what others would say. They blame themselves that they are not good enough out of fear and guilt. That others would blame them. Others would blame them that they are killing other human beings. So out of fear and guilt. So we can bring this to consciousness. Why we are following the rule? Afraid. There's guilt. Out of fear and guilt. And your parents tell you have to be good enough, you have to do right, you have to be goody. So you blame yourself that you are not good enough. You cannot be free. You have to be right and good like others. And you have to be goody. You have to be a good child. And some people, like I saw my neighbor, she's actually wants to be so good and so, you don't want to be goody that everybody see you following. And she's actually, to her 6-year-old daughter, she's actually also giving the muzzle. And she is actually, and you can see in her energy how she just want to be good, and she just want to be that she's a good citizen, that she's a good follower. But she is destroying life of her child. Because she want to be goody. You see, bring it to consciousness. Because your parents told you that you get things only when you are good enough, when you deserve, when you do as they say, when you please them, when you go against how you feel, when you are not being yourself and you are as they command you and control you and tell you, and now you're good enough, now you deserve it. And like many people like this, my neighbor, she actually goes against how she feels. She doesn't believe in this. But she's not following it out of fear of virus, and not following out of fear of police or fear of other people, but she just want to be good in the eyes of others and good follower because then she deserves good things and she's good enough. You know, you're good enough now, child. You do as I say, as I command you, but she's destroying childhood of her child. So like this. This is all what I have for today. So we can see that the unconscious shadow is controlling this world of the cabal. It is controlling, forcing, resisting, gaslighting, blaming, deceiving, manipulating, enslaving, taking rights and freedoms away. What else is in relationships with taking rights and freedoms away when you have to change them, when they have to be, as you say, when they should not go to a football game, but they have to be home because they don't love you if they don't, when you deceive, manipulate them. What else is it? Huh? What else is it? Taking freedoms and rights away, and controlling, deceiving, manipulating, gaslighting, blaming, forcing, resisting, changing. So we can see that unconscious shadow that is doing this to humanity on global scale is actually the same shadow that human being is unconscious within themselves and is doing to those he is attached to in his life to get their energy, taking rights and freedoms away. So we can actually look the devil within our own eyes, to our own eyes, and we can see that what Kabbalah is doing, what we are doing unconscious of ourselves. Like Carl Jung saying, there's no other evil but human being in this world, and human being has to look the devil in his own eyes to see that the devil that is destroying this world is destroying him from within. So he heals, brings the devil to light, so it stopped destroying him, and he stopped controlling, forcing, resisting, blaming, opposing, deceiving, manipulating. And we no more blame it in others, like there's Cabal, there Bill Gates, blame him. But we actually heal it within ourselves, bring it to light. So we can, like I do now, teach others how to heal and bring the unconscious shadow, the consciousness, to look the devil within their own eyes. So it stops controlling you, blaming you, afraid of you. So you're no more unconscious of yourself. Control, force, resist, change, to get, because you're attached. You no more blame, judge, oppose. You no more deceive and manipulate. You no more give your power away out of fear and out of guilt. But you are conscious of your shadow. It no more controls you. You're conscious of it and you no more do that unconscious things. And you don't see it in the world. You don't blame it in the world. But you teach like I do. I give you my word. So you can bring your unconscious to consciousness. Get free of guilt and fear. Control, resistance, force, opposition, violation, need for love, deception, manipulation, the false self. And you can bring it to light, bring it to consciousness. It becomes your power. And no more controls you. It stands for you. And then you can see that the same shadow is unconscious in the world that is now conscious in you. And you also will do everything to bring it to consciousness in your work. For you healed it within yourself. It doesn't hurt you and abuse you from within anymore. You healed it within yourself, brought it to consciousness. And you just want that others heal it, bring it to consciousness, because only in this way we will stop seeing it and blaming it in others and attacking, opposing, controlling, forcing, resisting, deceiving, manipulating. We will no more do to anyone what no one wants to be done upon ourselves. And then we will live in peace and harmony, in no control, in no force, in no resistance, no blame, no opposition, no violation, no guilt and fear, no deception, no manipulation. I give you my word just for that. Because this is to stop only when humanity is conscious of their shadow and no more does to others what they don't want to be done upon themselves, because their shadow is no more attacking them, blaming them, opposing no one, but stands for their light like dark sky and holds their light. And we can heal the world. We can live in heaven on earth. I give you my word just for that. And if anybody feels like you want to offer a donation, like you want to offer a support to the word that I am, do know that you are so welcome. The answer is within you. I don't have it. If you receive any answer, you get it within. You bring your unconscious to consciousness, your fear, guilt, control, resistance, etc., opposition. You find the answers within, and the truth is revealed in you being yourself. And if the word that I am helps you and assists you, and you want to give a gift, thank you. Every day is a Merry Christmas for me, because I'm teaching you every day to die as a mind, to bring it to consciousness so you can be born as yourself in the moment now, source that I am, Christ consciousness. So you can have a Merry Christmas forever in the moment and stop wishing for a happy day in time that never comes, that you can be born as Christ for the second time and come for the second time out of your mind. And your donation every day, always and forever, when comes, is a Christmas gift, because I wish you a Merry Christmas, for you to be born as Christ. And there's any blessing in my heart, let it all go to you. I'm just so grateful. I'll not guide you, I'll not take you by hand, I'll not deal with comments or do this guidance. You will get your unconscious to consciousness, and you will save yourself. You will follow your heart as you feel. You'll do it yourself. But I'm so grateful, like a little child, and like a little child on the Christmas morning, I'm so grateful. And I just want to give you my best energy for the energy that you have given me, because I require it so much, and I'm so it was require everything is coming in being, the word that I am flowing, requirement, everything comes. Let us say like this, in the word that I am. Let us not say stupid things, but yes, we require, we don't need, we require in this world things. But you actually have to know, when you give to a master class, to a master of his teachings, you don't bless me. You don't give charity. You actually bless yourself. You're giving a donation to a master class. Thank you. But I want to give you my best energy, and I'm grateful like a little child. And you get masterful blessing. But I want to give you my best energy. I'm very clairsentient. I always keep my word. In PayPal, all I need is your email address. I see it, and I give you my word. Well, for every single donation, I do profound white light source energy healing, energy work on you, on everyone. Don't worry, I'm so clairsentient. I feel what is unconscious in the mind of others on 5,000 kilometers. Don't worry. I connect with your being, and it's quantum white light source energy work, energy healing. You don't need appointment. You don't need to stand still. You just have my word that I do it, and I do it within 2 days, maximum 3, but always first to second day. Beyond time and space, you don't need appointment. You don't need to stand still. Quantum white source healing. You just need to know that I'm gonna do it, and you won't tell me anything. That's important, because in the way that I can do best healing on you, I have to focus on you being free of all afflictions. You give me your mind and then it's messed up. You gave me your mind. But if I focus on you being free of all afflictions, I see your email, I see your email address, I will do it. Then I actually do my best work. I do best healing on you. But anyway, how healing works on you, you heal yourself, you save yourself. As much as you work on yourself, you bring your fear, guilt, control, resistance, force, opposition, deception, all this to consciousness. As much as you work on yourself, you save yourself, you heal yourself, you bring your shadow to light, you save this world. You're no more doing what Cabal is doing. You're conscious of yourself. But if you are following fear and guilt and following all the rules and giving your power away, and then also controlling, forcing, resisting, opposing, blaming, deceiving, manipulating, then no one can heal you, no one can save you, but I still do healing in you, for you have given me donation, and maybe you feel better for one day. But as I want to tell you, you heal yourself, you save yourself. I only give you my word for every donation I do healing on you, and my healing works on you as much as you work on yourself. And another thing, everybody, let us bring our unconscious to consciousness. So you see that the devil that is destroying this world, manipulating, deceiving, controlling, resisting, forcing, it's the same devil. And you have to bring the consciousness within yourself that is in your relationships, in your life, doing the same. You can stop doing what Kabbalah is doing, and you no more see what is unconscious in you, in others, but you're conscious of it, and you see that it's just the same shadow that is conscious within you. So you can also work to bring it to consciousness. So eventually we can be humanity conscious of our shadow and no more do to others what we don't want to be done upon ourselves. No control, no resistance, no force, no blame, no position, no deception, no manipulation, no dependency, no attachments. And we can live in peace, with no resistance, with no force, with no control. Peace on earth, heaven on earth. I give you my word just for that. Purnamaste. Purnamaste.